Welcome to our last reflection for this journey through Lent, a reflection on the Palm Sunday of the Passion of the Lord. Today's celebration focuses on Jesus' triumphal procession into Jerusalem. In this procession, we see crowds waving palm branches, participating in joyful singing, giving praise, receiving blessing and peace. Joy fills the air. Jesus has awakened great hopes, especially in the hearts of the simple, the humble, the poor, the forgotten, those who do not matter in the eyes of the world. He understands human suffering. He has shown the face of God's mercy. He has bent down to heal body and soul. The first gospel of today's liturgy describes Jesus' procession into Jerusalem and reminds us that the essential element of today's liturgy is the procession. This is the external sign of the movement in Jesus' ministry, moving into Jerusalem to his death on the cross. His ministry is summarized in today's Passion. Hanging from the wood of the cross at the height of his annihilation and humiliation, Jesus reveals the true face of God, which is love and mercy. On the cross, we see the reality of love poured out through him, reaching even to the tomb. He takes upon himself all our pain, that he may redeem it, bringing light to darkness, hope to despair, love to hate, and life to death. As Jesus comes to save us, he calls us to choose his way, to empty ourselves in the path of service, of giving, of forgetfulness of ourselves. The liturgical element that captures this is the processions today and throughout the whole week. Thursday, for example, in the solemn procession with the Blessed Sacrament. On Good Friday, in the procession as we venerate the cross. On Holy Saturday, in the procession with the Easter candle. Let's consider this liturgical element of procession. Its meaning draws on us as we carry it out, as we participate in it. The ritual involves the whole person, the action of walking, carrying palms, singing. We get a sense that we are a people who are moving at different rates, and yet there is a sense of cooperation, providing some assistance for one another. The experience of procession makes us aware of being a pilgrim people. This is one of the significant images that Vatican II used to describe the Church, the pilgrim people of God. This year, as we continue with our experience of the Synod, we are becoming more aware that we are a people who journey together. This pilgrim people has many characteristics that can inspire us. We are a people of faith. We recognize that the Spirit is the source of our unity and gives us gifts that we need. We recognize that each one of us has a unique contribution. We are people who are always in need of renewal and reformation as we journey together as a pilgrim people. Each time we celebrate the Eucharist, we utilize this liturgical element of procession as we use 5 processions to remind us that we are this pilgrim people. In the entrance procession, we follow the processional cross, reminding us that Christ has been crucified and is risen, and the procession gives us a sense of being formed into a people. In the gospel procession, we stand and give praise to Christ, who comes to proclaim the good news to us. We welcome him and his message. In the procession with the gifts, the bread and wine symbolize our unique participation and the offering of ourselves in the Eucharist, as well as our call to reach out to those in need. In the communion procession, we become the body of Christ as we share in the total self-offering of Christ, who gives himself to us, nourishes us in our life of faith, and transforms us into his people. We remain standing during communion as a sign that we are in solidarity with one another until everyone is fed. At the end of the Eucharist, we are sent out in procession to do good works in our families, our places of work, our relationships, while we give praise and blessing to God. So as we participate in today's liturgy and the liturgies of Holy Week, let us deepen our experience of being the pilgrim people of God. May the processions of this liturgy and this week remind us that we are moving to resurrection, new life, and new joy. May the pain and sufferings of our lives help us to become more mature, more loving, more caring, more sympathetic people. In other words, lead us to be more like Jesus himself. May this celebration of Jesus' triumph and suffering give new meaning to our everyday lives as we journey together in faith. I am very grateful for having spent this time with you on this journey through Lent, and I hope that this Holy Week will allow the love of Jesus in his death and resurrection to strengthen your lives.